Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the stream. I hope everyone's keeping well tonight. Let's head into the chat, see who we've got in tonight. Oh, Digger Evans, Model Railways, first off the mark there. Hi, Digger, how you doing? Top Mod, Flymo Chairman 1's in. Good evening, Flymo, how you doing? Don't forget to get your nominations in for the moderator. Unfortunately, Flymo's not eligible this year because he won it last year, and I think we'd all know he'd win it again this year very easily. But if somebody could put the link up for me there and get your votes in. Wolfsack Cygnus PW, hi Paul, how you doing? Brian Madden, good evening, Brian, how you doing? Anthony Dodge, the Model Train Outsider, good evening. Smallwood Junction, good evening. Oh, the pun time here. Simon Trains Model Railway Showcase is in. Tom Houston Model Rail, good evening, Tom. Hope you're keeping well. Hot Dog Pilot Andy, good evening, Andy. Jason, Barnabas Junction's in the house. Jason will be on after me at 8:30. I've set my redirect up, so as soon as my stream finishes, it'll kick you over to his. Anyone else in? I think that's it for now. So how is everyone? What's everyone up to? You'll notice now I've got 3 cameras on the main layout. And you can see from the bottom left camera there, the houses are now in place. I need to finish off putting the chimneys on them and the ridge tiles, that sort of thing. But they're glued into place. I need to redo some of the gardens and everything. That's going to be this week's video. Hoping I can get it done tomorrow and out on Saturday. Just busy week. Wasn't able to get everything done I wanted to this week. So video's a bit behind this week, unfortunately. Mick92's in. Good evening, Mick. Ira Junction. Danny, how are you doing, sir? Beaton Hugh Junction. Good evening. Oh, Joshua W56 Gaming. Trevor Veal's in as well. Hi, guys. And hi to anyone who's lurking in the background or anybody who's watching this on playback. March West Junction, TMD. Andy, how you doing? So this evening, what I'm going to do is you'll notice that the my 125 class 43 is stationary again. After the stream last week, I tried to connect to the Bluetooth on it. Now the power car and the dummy car both have the same chip in them. Dummy car worked fine. Was really able to reprogram that, update it. No problem with that. The other one, a whole load of errors came up on it. Wouldn't do anything. Wouldn't work over Bluetooth. Tried resetting it, reset it, put the number back in again. Still not working. It's still stopping in the same place. But I ran everything else around there. Everything else runs. Sometimes it'll stop there and then it'll just start up again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it off. I'm going to put it on the inside loop, take the Winhoff unit off and see if it'll go around the inside loop to see whether it's a problem with the track over there or I don't know what it is, but I know it wouldn't work with the Bluetooth. So I've had the day off work today. I had the day out, me and the missus, because she had the day off as well. And we went and done some shopping. We were up in Derry, going around all the shops, getting stuff in for Christmas. Oh, where am I? So that was the fun and games today. Right, so let's stop that one. Take that off. Put it somewhere where I'm not going to knock it off the layout. Stop that. And put this on here. Let's see if it runs around. And the wheels have been cleaned, the track's been cleaned, everything. So I just don't know what's going on with it. let's see if it runs around there now. I put it on the rolling road last week. I don't know if you remember, and it ran for about 10 minutes, and then it stopped, and then it started up again. So I think there was something wrong with the chip. Moneybrook Junction, good evening. Maura Kern, good evening. And hi to anyone else if I've missed you in the chat. Right, I got asked this question during the week on one of my videos. And this will probably be just the Irish trained people might be able to answer this. The speed signs that are on Irish Rail, are they in miles per hour or kilometers per hour? Obviously, the road signs, speed limits on the roads and everything here are in kilometers per hour. You go across the border into the north, it's miles per hour. And I was thinking, I don't actually know. Mother Richard, Dino, good evening, Dino. How you doing, sir? Oh, Kieran's in, J94, how you doing? If you're taking a deep start, you get down every year. I haven't tried swapping the chips yet. That was going to be my next port of call to do that. So I'm just going to leave it running around now, see if it stops. Because it could be that track. It could be there's a loose wire over there that's affecting the signal and everything, and it's just interfering with it. It could be that. But we'll just let it run around. Let's actually pull something out of the cupboard. What have I got? And so I've got my Cura scale, class 37 in executive livery. So I'm going to match that up. So at least we can have that train running around as well. I just have to remember the number. Oh, my list. Cura scale, class 37. I think it's that one. Yep, it's away. And the lights are on. All right, so we'll have that going around. Yeah, so the weather here is starting to get a little bit cooler. Had the manager of the museum head up to Belfast today with one of the fellow directors with a trailer to pick up a set of Donegal Railway wagon wheels with the axle boxes attached to them, which belongs to wagon 30, which we're doing some restoration work on. Unfortunately, that wagon only has one set of wheels. Don't know what happened to the other set. And it's something you can't come across as a set of wheels because, of course, they were all cut off, cut up, and scrapped. So they're very rare. Now, we can get different 3-foot gauge wheel sets to go on there, but they wouldn't be the same. We'd have to get them recast, which you probably know isn't cheap. And until we're actually running them on a bit of track, there's not much point in doing it anytime soon. Right, well, maybe I might give that 37 a little bit more juice. Yeah, so the 6x4 layout, got the houses in, they're glued down, put the lights back in. So I just have to do the gardens on that now. Hopefully I'll get done tomorrow. Put the other light on the car park. I've done other little bits in there, like there was a sign that come off that's been glued back on. the lights that were hanging down in front of the station, they've been glued back on. Yeah, that's it. And that'll be out here, and I'll bring in the Christmas layout. I did hook up the power supply to the Christmas layout one evening to test the lights. The lights are working on half of the layout, so that tells me that solder joints come away, dried up, or something like that underneath. So I'll have to look at that. That'll be next week's project to get that done, so it's ready to go to the show on the 30th of November. And then it'll be back to this layout. I can crack on with this one and get as much work done on this as possible over the next couple of months. Yeah. Now the 37 stopped. Maybe there's a problem with that track. Why is the 37 stopped? The lights are on, so it's getting power. Let's close this door. Maybe there is something wrong here then. The 37's stopping on the same bit of track, but the lights are still on the 37, so it's still got power. It doesn't have a stay alive in that one. That's a conundrum. Yeah, this is it. Why I always run my layouts for a couple of months. One, to make sure I'm happy with the layout and it all works. Now, bearing in mind, this top layer, none of it is actually wired in correctly yet. It's just got temporary feeds in it, which may be adding to the problem. Certainly, this board here needs to come up to fit all the point motors on here. And the same with the board that this camera's on. That's where all the points are going to be on this board and this board. So they need to come up, fit the point motors, get them all working. So that's going to be the wiring job for the next couple of months, is getting all that done. Pierce O'Neill, good evening. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Is the 37 just actually struggling? Right, I'm going to take that off. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and get the 57. Normally runs around on the 6x4 layout, because that was running faultlessly last week. So I know that's running okay. To see because it could be just a dirty signal coming through the track, because it's just got twisted wires at the moment doing the connections. It's not proper soldered connections. Right, let's put that one in. Right. This is 61, acquire. On the lights. Now if that stops the same place, I know it's the track. Oh, Clive's in the house. How you doing, Clive? Okay. The loco is still going, but it's lost its train. Will anybody see those new magnetic couplings from West Hill Wagon Works? The ones with the little swivels on it for putting on your wagons. They look quite good. I have requested a pack of them for Christmas. See what they're like. Dirty signals. Have you tried cleaning them? Wait till it stops and try to switch the lights off and on. Okay, yeah. Raymond Legs, good evening. How you doing? Hope to get to Friday's train show. I need more stuff to hoard. Okay. A mismatch in the coupling heights between the carriage and the loco, so it does uncouple now and again. Yeah, hunk couplings, yeah. Oh. Typing on my phone today, mostly keep Cayenne away from the laptop keyboard. the top mod, Cayenne. Oh, Chris Valley 56 is in. Good evening, Chris. How you doing? All right, let's see. Now that 57, it's a backman, has gone around a couple of times now without stopping. The class 43 on the inside loop has gone around a couple of times now without stopping. Don't you just love it when you can't get to the bottom of why something's happening? The thing is, it could actually be a couple of things that's causing this, not one particular thing. So I think either there's an issue with the chip in the class 43, or there's an issue with the signal coming through on that outer loop. Sounds like a tolerance issue. Yeah, my tolerance. We've got a few Irish Raw DVD cab rides over the Oscar show. Simon, you should actually send me your address, because I've probably got some DVDs and stuff here, Irish stuff, I could post over to you. Yeah, signal quality is suspect, yeah. I have a lot of tolerance issues outside of motor railways. Oh, let's get a drink. Of the old Dr. Pepper. Yeah, so I'm not running anything on the 6x4 this evening. It's obviously because I've disconnected it all while I was working on it. I'll tell you what, I'll take the camera off the tripod here. So that's going to get a little bit shaky in the bottom left. And I'll take you in for a bit of a closer look. So here we have the Metcalfe corner shop, and I've gone for the greengrocers. This is obviously the light that needs to be replaced. It was snapped off. I've glued that one back in upright. And then we got the houses here. So we got 3 of those houses. The great thing about these Metcalfe kits is obviously at the back there, I haven't put the back walls in or the sheds because the hedges are going to continue on up here. And then I'll use the ridging tiles and the LED flashing and stuff to obviously do all these joints and the joint between the houses. And continue the hedges on up. And I need to put some cardboard under here to pack it out and maybe put a step down. And do a bit of static grassing to hide all that. And then that'll be this layout done. And this can actually go away out of here for storage because I have to put a 10-foot Christmas tree in this window. So that's what I'm doing with this layout. Obviously, you can see on this house here, it's got a dormer window. I've got one's come off to go on there. I didn't bother with the other windows, with the other houses to put them on. Still have to put the chimney stacks on because I don't put things like that on onto the last because you're reaching over and chances are you're going to knock them off and damage them. So leave it to the last thing, put them on. Also, I need to put down the paving slabs around here as well. I had to paint there where some of the paint came up. I can't do the yellow lines because I still haven't replaced my paint pen from run out doing the Modeler's Corner layout. Right, let me go back to the phone and check the chat. To keep them from deleting or booting folks, hacking NASA, launching ICBMs at Cuba, especially after last week. You're all pleased to know I have finished sorting my recycling. Yeah, they bought in a thing here in Ireland, deposit return scheme for your plastic bottles, which in theory sounds like a great idea. But we all had recycle bins that the plastic went into and went off to be recycled. Now we have to keep the things to get our money back because I begrudge paying 15, 25 cents every time I buy a plastic bottle for me to put it in the recycling bin and then the government get that money. Grace and Rob not here yet. No sign of them. Maybe they're lurking in the background. I mentioned stockings. That's usually gets Grace in the chat. No, Digger's granddaughter's arrived. That might be you taken off then, Digger. Oh, Charlie's in. Partick Hill Station. How are you doing, Charlie? As Dina says there, everyone hit the like button. Yes, please do hit the like button, share the stream. If you've got any questions, about model railways or railways, pop them in the chat. I'll see if I can answer them, or if I can't, somebody in the chat will be able to. Yeah, it is a bit of a nightmare. You got to take them back. All the shops have these recycling centers. When they first started, they kept breaking down. They never worked. They seem to be working a lot better now, but you put your bottle in, it reads the barcode. You have to put the bottle in the right way around so it can read the barcode, then it goes in, and you keep putting them in, and it prints out a little ticket with your amount on it, and then when you buy your shopping, they take it off at the till. It's such a pain. Because one, you go out the door, you forget to take the bottles with you. Two, you remember to bring the bottles with you. You do all that, you put the slip of paper in your pocket, you get to the till, you forget about it, and don't use it, and it stays in your pocket long enough so then it fades and they can't read it. Stockings. It didn't work. Oh, they might be working. Yes, exactly. Yeah, I couldn't do the job that they do. All the horrible things they must see. Alan Rellens, Buckland Junction. Good evening, Alan. How are you doing, sir? West Slimer says membership is available. I use the money to maintain the layouts in the museum, which I have to actually go in and do some work on them to make sure they're all sparkling and working, and for the coming Christmas, and we have a lot of children coming in to see Santa. I've got my Christmas Thomas with the Santa hat out of the attic. That's ready to go in and run on there. Daz Faulkner, good evening, Daz. How you doing? I put all my return money for bottles and cans on a Tesco's club card. Oh, can you do that? Can you, Maura? Like, we don't have a Tesco here. It's Lidl or Aldi or Super Value. Hi, Ken. How you doing? Are you keeping your Opa busy? The stranger who used to be my daughter put her Christmas tree up 2 days ago. Keep Christmas in December. Discuss. Well, I've started putting up my outside lights. They're not on, but it takes me 3 or 4 weekends to get all my outside Christmas lights up. So I've started putting them up, but they're not on. Sometimes we do have a small tree up on November the 9th, last Saturday, for my daughter's birthday, because she loves Christmas, and it became a sort of like a funny tradition at her birthday that we would have a Christmas tree up for her birthday. But we didn't actually do it this year because she didn't want it. She's growing up. She's 19 now, so I suppose. Yeah, they do have a similar system in Germany, yeah, for the recycling. If you're hungry, give Donegal Dad Does Dinners channel. Yeah, I'm actually, I think this weekend I'm going to be actually cooking a turkey and a ham and a Christmas dinner and everything to put up on the channel in time for sort of Thanksgiving and Christmas. Yeah, my Donegal Dad Days Out channel. I haven't actually put anything up on that for a couple of months now, because anyone, like most of you, do YouTube, and you know what length of time it takes to do anything. I have videos that are just sitting there that need editing for the channel, and I just don't have time to do it. I might get a bit of time over Christmas to do some editing and have a bank of them then to put up weekly, but yes, you can do it in any supermarket. Oh, Sadly, Asda playing Christmas. Actually, we got in the car this morning, dropping the young lad off to school before we went shopping, and they played the first Christmas song on the radio. So there's usually a tradition here that Ian Dempsey, because he's the oldest DJ, if you like, on Today FM, nobody else can play a Christmas song until he plays one, and he played one this morning, which I thought was particularly early. Like, we're only, just about halfway through November, and he played one. Loving the EWS 37. Yes, it is lovely. And it's pulling some EWS hoppers. With 3 hoppers behind it are EWS. That is, that's a V-Trains Class 37. Lovely bit of kit. Picked it up a while ago for about €90, I think it was. It was a steal. I really hope my missus isn't watching. Oh, Hermitage Roach is in the house. Pete, how you doing? I put one bubble on a hook above the fireplace on Christmas Eve. Well, you go all out then, do you, Chris? Start this weekend, like you, Mark, but put lights up outside, but not switch on to the 1st of December. We used to always switch on our lights about 8:30 in the evening before the Late Toy Show. And of course, they've moved the toy show this year because of the election, which is why they moved it back into December, not for any reason, because they usually always have it the last Friday in November. And we make all our plans around that because as a family, it's our tradition. We switch on our outside lights. We watch the Late Toy Show, open a box of Heroes to eat it or to watch it with, have a couple of drinks, and listen to all the Billy Barry kids singing and what have you on the toy show. Of course, this year, they moved it into December, which means eldest daughter is away in London that weekend because she booked that weekend thinking, oh, the toy show's on the weekend before. So she's in for a shock next week when the snow comes. Yeah, apparently we're forecast to have snow next week. I'll believe it when I see it. They're saying, oh, it's going to be the coldest November since 2010. And I'm like, yeah, let's just wait and see what happens. I worked on projects for recycling problem was leaching. Oh yeah, that's gonna be a big problem with landfill leach. Ugh. I think your own waste bin juice is bad enough. You imagine having tons and tons of it. Ugh. There's modelers out there that think you shouldn't have curves smaller than the 4th radius. It'd be great to have your layout if you were able to have nothing smaller than 4th radius. I try and have nothing smaller than 3rd radius. I think everything on here is 3rd or 4th, purely because it's easier for stuff going around. But if you watch some of the stuff going around, especially the coaches, there's a big overhang when they go around a curve. And it just means when you're then doing the scenery, you got to make sure it's well back from the rail. Sakura Densha, Christopher, how you doing, Chris? Hope you're keeping well. We've just gotten through Halloween. Everyone's on. There's one radio channel that starts early November, increases the percentage in the following week. Can't remember if I said hello to you or not, Ivo, but hello. Hope you're keeping well. Kyle Stevens, how you doing? Hope you're keeping well. Oh, Graham Leamington Station's in the house. How you doing, Graham? On his way back from the club. Everybody saying hello to each other. Or I love the toy show. Yeah, it's a tradition in Ireland to watch the toy show. If anybody doesn't know what the toy show is, we have a talk show here called The Late Late Show. That's on every Friday evening. It's been going for 50 years. In fact, I think it holds the world record for the longest talk show. It's gone 50 or 60 years or something like that. And then a couple of weeks before Christmas, usually the last Friday in November, it's the studio is transformed to like a winter wonderland. The past 10 years or so, they've had a theme for every year, whether it's Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, Mary Poppins, something like that. And they get all these kids in who do different musical bits and singing and everything like that. And they show all the latest toys, books. Very rarely do they have a train set in it, or even a Scalextric. And it's just a good night of entertainment, you know, especially when you have younger kids that are watching. And me and the missus, we'd always have a bet every year to see which one's going to conk out first and fall asleep. But, you know, even now, my kids, my youngest is 16. It's still a family event and it's good fun. So I hope everyone's hit that like button for me and sharing the stream. Oh, Timber's in the house. Hi, Timber. Oh, my chat is frozen. Where did I get to? There we go. The room says, yeah, you should go with broad curves if you have the room and you are going prototypical. There's nothing about me that's prototypical. Just look at what I'm running now. Yeah, like obviously the bigger curves look better. But if you're only running a small layout and you're running just little 040 tank engines, radius 1's fine. You know, most bigger locos are designed to go around radius 2. They don't always really go around that well. Radius 3 is certainly better for them. There's conflicting reports here too. Snow bombs to heavy frost. Yeah, I just seen the reports. Everyone getting excited about it. It's going to be cold. There's going to be snow. We're going to be snowed in and everything. We got plenty of oil in. Electric goes out. We got plenty of coal and wood in for lighting the fire. I'm not worried. I could be in here modeling by candlelight. Just as long as I don't need to do any soldering. Just putting the poker in the fire to heat up the solder. It's on the concrete pad, but in some cases it failed. Oh. The juice at the bottom of the waste bin spills. Yeah, it's always the worst when there's juice in there and you take the bag out and it splashes all down your clothes and you're like, oh. You're like, who put the bottle of something in there and didn't empty it? Of course, Mr. Nobody done it. Top tip, get your children to drink bin juice to build up their immunities. Putrefying juices. These days, my main Christmas decorations are the Christmas cards received that year. Yes, almost sounds quite sad, Trevor. I must admit, I love Christmas. I thought it would be, once my kids started growing up, I thought it would be, you know, bad, you know, so the guy in the big red suit wasn't coming anymore because they were too old, but it changes, and I just really enjoy spending time with my family. You know, you have that feeling of good cheer. You're all in the house. You're warm and cozy. You're watching the same Christmas movies every year. That's the other tradition we have. My favorite movie, I think, of all time is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and we all have to watch it. Although the way he puts up the Christmas lights and everything, my kids sort of think that's more of a documentary than a comedy. Well, hey. Yeah, Gay Byrne used to host it. Yeah, they started doing that a couple of years ago, raising money for children's charities. So yeah, it does raise a lot. Watching Railroad Live last night, they had callers, guests in to show and discuss the projects they were working on. The PowerPoint, it seems to be a certification thing. Yeah. I have a niece who declined a wedding invitation because it's on the same day as a toy show. Yeah, of course, the other thing is if you can get tickets for the toy show, because that's the other thing, they have so many giveaways for the audience on the toy show, you know, from hampers and toys and vouchers and everything like that. Easily, each audience member will walk away with at least €1,000 worth of goods. But, you know, I've applied a few times for the tickets, never stand a chance of getting any. They also have a scholarship program where sponsors would donate for kids moving to college. Yeah. Hope not to be snowed in. I'm off work for the whole week next week. Ooh. Go out and get some lovely snowy shots of the railway, Simon. Yeah, my missus had this week off, and she's ended up being called into work for 2 days. So hence why I took today off and went out and actually spent some time together, which is a nice thing to do. We had a lovely day out. Don't call us the best preppers in Ireland for nothing. The thing is, when you live up in Donegal, probably like some parts of Scotland, you're used to getting bad weather. And you're used to going, oh, I'm not going to be able to go out for 3 or 4 days. Oh, well, I'll make do with what I got in the house. You also have a stock of tin stuff and stuff in the freezer and things like that. So, yeah, you might run out of bread and milk, but you're still going to be able to eat and you're still going to be able to keep warm. I've used a soldering bolt a few times in the past. Well, these were commercial plants costing millions. Ah, right. See that 43 still going around, and the 57. I love it when your model trains make a liar out of you. I'm rather large with white hair and beard. You can keep Xmas. You want a really big loco and small radios, get a DDR Erica Pilco. Pike. Is it Pilco or Pico? I think it's Pilco. We've lifted the ban on log burners here. Our house was never built with that in mind. Yeah, all the houses now that are being built in Ireland are being built without chimneys. I'm sure there's a lot of people who are getting planning permission, building their house, and then retrospectively putting a chimney in, or having it designed ready for a chimney to go in. Thankfully now, the power doesn't go out that often, and if it goes out, it's only out for a couple of hours. I mean, I remember growing up, if the power went out, it could be off for 2-3 days. But nowadays, I mean, even during the last bad storm we had, did the power go off? Yeah, it did go off. It was off overnight and back on in the morning. Learn fast or freeze. James Wally, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. If it does snow next week, at least I got great content for December. Very true, Simon. Howard Pomfret, good evening, Howard. How are you doing? Oh, Barnabas Junction, Jason's up in 15 minutes. Thanks for the time reminder there, Simon. Yeah, once I finish my stream, it'll kick you over to Jason anyway. I don't know what he's got in store tonight, what he's up to. I have a lot of flask here. The first flicker of the lights, the kettle goes on and the flasks are filled. Yeah, see, I'm not worried about hot drinks. And anyway, we have a camping stove we can heat water up on. But our, we'll always be able to get water because obviously our cold tap is connected to the mains. So we have water there, but the rest of the plumbing in the house is a pressurized system. So it's pressurized by a pump. So once the power goes off, once the pressure's gone out of the system, you've no water coming out of the taps. So we'd have to fill buckets up at the sink for flushing toilets and that sort of thing. Oh, Alan's going live after Jason. So everybody check out Alan Reynolds at Buckland Junction if you haven't already subscribed to him. Somebody could put a link up to his channel. What does everyone think of PicoTrack? I think PicoTrack is brilliant. It's the track I'm using on here. I think a lot of people use it. Their track's good. Their points and everything are really good. I have no complaints about it. I use predominantly FlexiTrack for making my layouts, not necessarily their sort of fixed track. Yeah, they are very handy, the camping stoves. There we go. There's Simon's put up Alan's channel there. Head over there, subscribe if you're not. I'm on early night, Alan. Vaccines in the morning, and I'm up at 6 a.m. together. 6 a.m.? How far do you have to travel, Flymo? I presume that's the flu vaccine, is it? I don't have any PicoTrack, so I'm no help. I still use Bachmann EasyTrack. Too modern for Ivo. Yeah, I've used their track. I've got some of their N gauge, or well, it's their 009 track I'm using. Also, this is 00 gauge track that I'm using here. I've also used their G gauge track in the railway. Obviously, G gauge track being a bigger gauge is heavier and harder to use, but it's still very good track. You keep one of those stoves and a couple of camping gas lanterns. Well, the camping stove we have actually has a regulator on it and fits to a full-size gas bottle. So we've got a full-size gas bottle, but not a full-size, it's a half-size one that we use when we go camping. So we have plenty of gas. And I presume that's the COVID one as well. I'm getting picked up at 7 a.m. and it's a 50-mile round trip with a stop at Tesco's on the way back. Wow, 50 to go for vaccines. You have a local GP that can do it? Does a barbecue hut count? All right, Brian, yeah. Brian's got this lovely big barbecue hut in his garden that would fit probably at least 20 people in it for having a barbecue. Personally, myself, I'd have a layout in it. Never mind, he has a separate room for his layout as well. You got like that shelf going all the way around it. Surely you could just put some track around that and have a train shuttling around. A Honda diesel generator if it's going to be a long one. That is something I want to actually get, is a diesel generator. Something I've on my to get list for a while, but I just haven't got around to it. Because that'd be something very handy to have. You know, if the power is going to be out for a while, just to keep the freezers going. And the broadband router. GP wasn't happy to Radius 1. Yes, but no, that's for the over 70s. I have to go to the county town. Ah, right, okay. That layout you're working on, Clive, it looks fantastic. I've seen a few of your lives and bits and pieces that you've done on it. Yeah, if anybody hasn't checked out Clive at Newland Railway, go over there and check out the layout he's working on. He rescued it from a skip, if I'm correct. They were going to chuck it out and you rescued it. So at the time, my parents set one up on top of the electric cooker during a power cut and forgot about it when the power came. Oh. Unfortunately, they smelt the plastic smell before things got too exciting. Bad weather might, positive outcome, keep protesters off the street. Well, hopefully the bad weather, because we've got an election coming up at the end of this month on Friday the 29th. Hopefully, if it's bad weather, it will keep them away from the door. We don't have them coming around. Can we have your number one? Yeah, of course. Yeah, you got my number one. Go away. Beautiful sauna too. Yeah. It does get hot. Yeah. Or like the diesel generator to keep the model trains running. Oh, you can imagine my missus if I had got a diesel generator just so I could keep my model railway going during a power cut. Oh, it would be the last live stream I ever do. Plastic and styrofoam fumes are toxic. Yeah, a lot of that is very toxic. A change of Muppets at the end of the month. To be honest, Brian, the politics we have in this country, it's the same shower that gets elected every time. They're all, yeah, Muppets is just, actually, Muppets is an insult to Muppets. I actually like the Muppets. We only got 2 hotels left in town. The rest are closed or are being pulled down. Well, we've got 2 hotels in the centre. And we got 1 just on the outskirts of town. And then we got 2 just out the road by the lake. We got 5 hotels, ranging from 3-star to 5-star. Should use your finger to give them your number one during the election. Well, because we have proportional representation in this country, it means you get a long list of candidates and you choose your number one guy and you put a 1 beside him. Then the next guy you want, you put number 2. The next guy you want, you put number 3. And you can go all the way down the list if you want. Or you can just put your number 1 in and that would be done with it. Because then they transfer the vote. Now, it works out quite fair because if 40% of the people vote for Fianna Fáil, they usually works out they get 40% of the seats, which means we end up with coalitions all the time, which is good in one way because it means they all have to agree to do something, which limits them from doing, but they do actually do enough stupid things. Thinking about the old days when we'd run out of shillings for the meter. I remember when I was younger, Cub Scouts running around looking for 50p's for the meters in the hall so we could have lights on for an hour. The pandemic did for the surviving ones that hadn't converted flats. Yeah. We have too many hotels. One of them has an adult video store joining to it. Do you still get adult video stores? I thought that would be long gone with the internet. Okay, Joshua, take care. Say hi to Carl for me. I ran into him when I was down in Dublin there a couple of weeks ago. I was chatting to him. Oh, everyone stop talking about Brian. He's appeared in the chat. Right, Brian, how you doing? Don't worry, Flymo or somebody has been very good in posting up your website. Yeah, the model railway show in Clontarf, yeah. Look, yeah, Clontarf, yeah, it was Clontarf, wasn't it? What about Pico track kits? Yeah, Pico track kits are great if you're starting off. But obviously, this is, I don't know, 10th, 12th layout I'm building here. So because I got the experience of using FlexiTrack and it's a cheaper way of doing it, you just buy the points and use FlexiTrack. But when you're starting off, certainly, the track kits are the best way to start off. So you learn about the different radius of curves and how the track and everything works. Mark, you can be traced on your computer. Yeah. They are watching you. We had 18 candidates for Antonio. Yeah, it's ridiculous. You wouldn't believe the sheet that you get with all their, because it's got all their names, their picture on it, and their party on it, and you got a big long list. You've got to work your way down it. Oh, it's and at least you're not 40 minutes late. Well, he's actually more than 40 minutes. Cameras are looking particularly sharp tonight. You done anything different? No. In fact, one of them that's running through one of the computer just decided to crash 10 minutes before the stream, and I thought it wasn't going to come back up, and I got it back up. Then the other computer decided to crash as well, and I was like, oh. But so far, and we're at almost the end of the stream now, the 2-minute warning for the end of the stream, they're still running, I think. You've been talking about me, you bored. Watch the film Agnes Brown. Yeah, there's the train set direct up there from Flymo, that link. Do check it out. You'll get lots of bargains on there. You can find some links, post them to your significant others, saying a Christmas hint. We had a wallpaper site on last year. Yes, things are clear because his glasses on. Yeah, so we're coming up to time to head over to Jason's stream. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Should be a video out over the weekend on finishing up the 6x4 layout. I'm going to try and do some work and get it finished and edited and done tomorrow. And then it can be out Saturday, hopefully. Live stream again next Thursday, hopefully, all being well. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way out, and tell everybody at my channel, shout it from the rooftops. So I'll see you all over at Jason's, but thanks for tuning in. Everyone have a good week, enjoy themselves, get some modeling done over the weekend. And I'll catch you over at Jason's. So take care, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Bye, everyone.